Yeah, you right. Thursday afternoon, 60 degrees outside. Man, what a great day. I hate to say, hey, stop listening to the program, stop watching, go outside for a little while. But if you can't take the program with you, stop listening, stop watching, and go outside for a little while. Absolutely gorgeous. This is one of those, what do the old school people say? Chamber of Commerce type day. It's just incredible. Another gorgeous afternoon in New Orleans, a follow-up to yesterday afternoon, maybe even better because it's a tad bit less cold, 60 degrees. 60 degrees right now, sunny, blue skies, deep blue sky, just fantastic. 45 tomorrow morning when we wake up. Saturday afternoon, it's supposed to be around 26. Like this cold front, Arctic blast number 2's rolling in this week. Sunday morning, 25 on the South Shore. Teens on the North Shore. That's the real temperature. So South Shore, Sunday morning, 24 degrees, probably feel like the mid to high teens. The North Shore, the temperature will be in the teens, might feel like single digits. Ouch. Yeah, the triple P gimmick is definitely in effect. Protect the pipes, protect the plants, protect the pets, the outdoor pets. I got a couple of outdoor cats. I had one. Puffy, the cat, has been with me for like 7-8 years now. All of a sudden, about 4 or 5 months ago, this other cat showed up. I was like, this cat's a lunatic. And I was like, lunatic. And then, hey, lunatic. And then now the cat's name's Luna. And I got my garage set up where I cracked the garage, back shed. I mean, it's like a garage. I cracked the door about 6 inches. And then I have like a drop cloth over it where the cats can go in and out. And inside I got about a trio of space heaters, not the ones that can catch something on fire, but the ones that produce heat. I'd say the temperature when it gets down to like 25 in New Orleans, it's probably like 45 or 50 inside there. Very comfortable for the kitties with their fur coat. Anyway, you got outdoor cats. I don't know what the definition of an outdoor dog is, seriously. If you have an outdoor dog, you need to give your dog to someone else. There's no such thing as an outdoor dog. I had a neighbor down the street. I'd be walking Mr. Tolley and Blue Boy, and this dog would be barking. He'd come on one side of the house and bark, then he'd run around the other side when we pass and bark on the other side. One day I passed and he's not barking. The next day I passed, he's not barking. About 3-4 days later, I see those neighbors. I'm like, wait, what happened to your dog? Where's the dog? Where's Mr. Barker? Oh, and by the way, the neighbor across the street would cross the street with treats and stuff. We had a discussion about it. Yeah, they think it's an alarm. The dog's never been in the house. It lives outside 24 hours a day. It's like, that's insane. And they're like, oh, our dog died. I'm like, oh, wow, that's so sad. Sorry to hear that. Old age? No, heartworms. I'm like, wow, 2 things. You leave your dog outside 24 hours a day. That's just sinful, crappy behavior. You should not have a dog. And second, the dog dies of heartworms. I mean, in South Louisiana, in the South in general, if you have a dog, once a month, you have to give them heartworm medicine. This dog's outside all the time. Heartworms are when a mosquito bites a dog and then the larvae or whatever gets to their heart and these worms are there and it can kill a dog, obviously, and treating it is a nightmare. It's painful for the dog. It's expensive for you. The heartworm medicine, I mean, you could probably get it like a PetSmart or Jefferson Feed for $15 a month, maybe $20 a month tops. Or if you're at your vet, and I have a great vet, Maple Street Vet on Maple Street, obviously, Dr. Zeller. He was fantastic. He passed away a few years ago. Heartbreaking. He was such a kind gentleman and an awesome vet. His daughter, Dr. Emily, has taken over with Dr. Hill. They're great. They're great. Best vets around. You need a great vet for your cat or dog, Maple Street Vet. I love them. Love them. No, I mean, I get my meds from them because, I don't know. I was at Art and Eyes on Magazine getting some prescription sunglasses and talking to this lady who's a regular. She gets her glasses all the time there, gets the frames there. And she pulls me aside. She's like, "You can go to Costco and get the lenses. I bring these frames to Costco and get the lenses." I'm like, "Really? Yeah, you can save some money." And I'm thinking, yeah, but the lenses that Art and Eyes have are super high quality. I doubt Costco has the same lenses. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, you're just seeing through them, right? I'm like, no, it does matter. The quality matters, and I'm going to get it all at Art and Eyes. I'm going to get it's just me. I'm going to get my meds at my vet because I love my vet. I love Dr. Emily. So, is it like $2 more for the heartworm medicine? Maybe. I have no idea. Maybe it's the same price as Costco or Petco or Jefferson Feed or whatever. To each his own. Point is, just get the meds for your dog. Get the heartworm medicine. And anybody who has a dog that lives outside, give your dog away. Find a friend or somebody that will take your dog, because that's just cruelty to animals. There's no such thing as an outdoor dog. Outdoor cat's a little different. These are both what do you call them, Mario? The wild cat, the feral. They're feral. And I have been bringing Miss Puffy inside, and she likes to hang for a little while, and then she's right at the door, and she wants to go out. So they're used to being outside. I just make sure when it's cold, there's like a warm space for them. I even have like a little, like a laundry basket I flip on the side and put like an old sheet in there that's clean. And I put a heat blanket in there and plug that thing in so they can get on that thing, and it's nice and warm when it's cold outside. So yeah, triple P in effect. South Shore and North Shore this weekend. Protect the plants, the pipes, and most importantly, the pets. Outdoor dog. That's just absolute insanity. Seriously. Don't have a dog. People are crazy. I mean, a dog's not a material item. It's not like, man, I got a dog and a TV. Dog's a living creature. It can feel pain. Have some compassion. It's not an alarm for your house. Yeah, and heartworm medicine, twice a year, vet, if you're going to have a dog. It's a responsibility involved. I often say this. I want a Porsche 911, but I can't afford the oil change or the tires. If you can't afford to go to the vet twice a year and get your dog, cat vaccinated, and yeah, my outdoor feral cats, I scoop them up and I bring them to the vet twice a year and they get vaccinated. Every month they get that stuff on the back of their neck, the Revolution 2, whatever it's called, to keep ticks, fleas, and stuff off, that kind of stuff off of them. Anyway, it's called responsible pet ownership. Do it or don't have a pet. You go to a restaurant, you're not going to tip 20%. Don't go out to eat. Don't go out to eat. Seriously. If you're not going to tip 20%, don't go out to eat. That like $2 or $3 more, the $5 more means so much more to the waiter or waitress than it does you. Wake up, people. Wake up, white people. Oh boy, that's my redneck impersonation. White people, wake up. You ever see Blazing Saddles, Mario?
Bits and pieces of it, not the whole thing.
I mean, Hedy Lamarr is he's recruiting a bunch of outlaws. And in the back of the line, there's these KKK guys. And they're trying to, Gene Wilder and Cleavon Little characters are trying to get closer to see what, Hedy Lamarr's doing. So Gene Wilder's like, "Hey, boys," in this like Southern accent. And these KKK guys turn around, and then he pulls like Cleavon Little by the back of his collar out behind him. And Cleavon Little goes, "Where are the white women at?"
All-time scene.
It's a great scene.
Yes.
Where are the white women at? The KKK guys are like, "What?" And then they go around like the rock where they're hiding. And you just hear like the Bugs Bunny like punching. And then Cleavon Little and Gene Wilder have the KKK outfits on. And then when they're signing to join the thing, Gene Wilder signs first, and then Cleavon Little signs, and you could see his black hands. And Gene Wilder grabs and starts licking his hand, and like, it's from the cross burning. It's from the cross burning. Oh boy, Blazing Saddles is incredible. If you've never seen Blazing Saddles, I wish I were you, because I've seen it so much that I still laugh at it. But I would love to like erase my brain like I've never seen it and watch it from day one, because it is urinate in your pants funny. And you're like, boy, they could never do that joke. Oh, they couldn't do that today. Couldn't do that today. Couldn't do that. And the whole movie is they couldn't do that today. It's crazy. They make fun of every single ethnic group, every minority, every majority, white people, black people, Jews, Asians, everybody. No one is safe. Hysterical. We'll take the, black folks and the Italians, but not the Irish, just crazy line after crazy line. All right, that's today's program. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a great afternoon. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X, at the controls. Fielding your phone calls, 766-9480, 766-9480. Every day this program on radio, TV, social media, brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex and Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood. You own a business? Need a commercial truck, van, or SUV? Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood. Corey Johnson with you, rocking and rolling till 6 p.m. Don't move, New Orleans. Coming right back.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Real New Orleans conversation.
No place like New Orleans.
Corey Johnson.
Yeah, you're right. Another gorgeous afternoon in New Orleans. Get outside and enjoy it. Corey Johnson with you. Phone lines are open, 766-9480. Mario Brothers, we're making progress. Those two major sinkholes filled. The one on Carrollton by Jesuit, as I put on social media, the flack I caught, it was hysterical. Like I posted them and I said, I'll make a bet that within a week, these are either completely fixed or filled with rocks. And a lot of people on Twitter and X were like, you're crazy. You know, New Orleans is broken. Just the usual negative crap. Things aren't going to change. And less than 48 hours after posting those videos, the major sinkhole right past Jesuit in between Banks and Tulane Avenue in the right lane filled and blacktopped. And I was pretty impressed by that. And then I was like, damn, they got this one. Let me go over to Canal Boulevard. And I went over by Canal Boulevard, and that one that was, you know, same as the one by Jesuit, like 5 feet wide, 5 feet long, a good foot deep, is totally filled with rocks. And they still left a cone out there. So I'm assuming they're going to get a crew out there to blacktop it soon. Anyway, keep me updated on that stuff if I don't make it out by the lakefront area, you know, soon. I'm going to go check the one on Claiborne's by Claiborne and 3rd. That is just brutal. That's what started me shooting all the video. I clocked my right tire, probably bent my rim. Amazed I didn't blow out the tire. I mean, just like brutal hit on the car. And I saw it and was only doing like 20 in a 35, and it still was devastating. So that got, I hooked a U-turn and shot video of that, and then thought of the other ones I knew about, like Carrollton right past entering the interstate. I'm going to see if they fix that. And across the street, going the other way on Carrollton by Irado, that's the unnecessary light, the light that is totally not needed, a block before Tulane on Carrollton. I'm going to see if they repaired that as well. But I got to tell you, it's a new administration. It's not Junket Cantrell anymore. It's Helena Moreno. And I was talking to a buddy today. I had lunch with a buddy today, Greg, and I was like, dude, ideology doesn't matter. I mean, you can sit there and you don't like that she's liberal or Democrat. That's fine. But she's honest. She's smart. She's hardworking. She's not out to set herself up or friends and family. She's not trying to use the city dollars to go on junkets. Her and her husband do very well financially. They don't need to steal or pilfer money or set up friends and family. Just her DNA, Helena Moreno's not built that way. I know her a little bit from, 20 years ago when she was in television at Channel 6. Knew her when she's a city councilwoman. Know her today. Not friends with her. But, I don't call Helena Moreno, hey, what's going on? Man, I got a problem. What do you think I should do here? And I'm not talking about like a city problem, like personal stuff. I'm not, we're friendly. I consider her like a friend, but we're not friends. What she did wasn't in my wedding. I don't call her. She doesn't call me. We don't go out to dinner, But no, I have to keep my distance from people like Helena Moreno because I have to be able to objectively, fairly praise and be critical of Helena Moreno. She's a public figure, and we take public figures to task here. I don't go after them. I'm not out to abuse them or, beat them up. And I'm not out to kiss their rear end either. I'm not out to kiss their rear end either. Now, it's funny. I've mentioned in the past, it's just some people are kind of flaky and weird. Don't want to have anything to do with my show. Scared Corey's going to ask legitimate questions. I mentioned that Laura Rodriguez woman, like the mama bear on Twitter that, was going to come on my show and then just, hey, I'm real busy, maybe in a month. And I can tell when people are blowing me off. And then she's on a bunch of other shows that are more like-minded for her, like Moon Griffon, who's a conservative guy, nice guy, but it's going to be all easy softball questions. And that's the kind of format she goes on. And Blake Miguez, hardcore MAGA guy, wanted to get him on the show. I'm not out to get him, and I'm not out to kiss his rear end. But he's like, somebody who's talking to was like, dude, that guy's liberal. Like, compared to Blake Miguez, I guess I am liberal. I'm left of Blake Miguez. If I'm running for political office, I don't have a commercial where I'm shooting a gun, shooting up Bud Light cans or something like Blake Miguez is doing. How about what you're running for with the platform? And sadly, Bill Cassidy. I've been trying to get Bill Cassidy on the show for like the last 6 weeks. And his people kind of blew me off. And then I posted something on Twitter like, they're blowing me off, and even listed their first names. And I get a call back. And I'm like, oh, that's how you get a response. And one of his, people's like, hey, Corey, I don't handle him, and neither does this other guy you called out. Here's the person you need to, call or email. So I emailed Noah 4 times. I keep hitting the send again, send again, send again. So I guess on Twitter, I'm going to post that, and have the @Bill Cassidy gimmick so they'll see it. Yeah, Noah's blowing me off. Why don't y'all just tell me Bill doesn't want to come on my show and I'll leave you alone because I don't have time to keep bothering you. It was like Junket Cantrell. I remember seeing her when she got inaugurated day 1, and it was at, I guess, not Municipal Auditorium, obviously. Where was it? Maybe Tulane's Auditorium. And, went up and introduced myself again. I had met her before, and she remembered who I was. I was like, want to get you on the show? She's like, sure. Get in touch with Joe Blow, whatever. And got in touch with Joe Blow. And a month later, 3-4 times in a month later. Then I'm like, the hell with this. Just ridiculous. No, I mean, I've been doing this a long time. I can't read people's minds, but you get an idea. If you're in sales, you folks that are in sales, if someone wants to do business with you or not. You reach out to them, you call them, you email them a few times, and then you just back away. You're like, not getting a response. They obviously don't want what I'm selling, And what I'm selling is coming on my program and being a guest. And I think people that know my show, left wing, right wing, middle of the road, libertarian, independent, whatever, they know I'm pretty fair. I'm not out to get anyone. I'm not going to go on the attack and, like a pit bull and take a big chunk out of your leg. And I'm not going to, kiss your rear end either. Not going to be like pals and buddies with you. Pretty simple. Yeah, the 2 major sinkholes on Carrollton Avenue, that one is completely fixed, right past Jesuit in between Banks and Tulane. It was a nightmare. I mean, like someone on a motorcycle could die hitting this thing. Like I said, 5 feet wide, about 5 feet long, and a good foot deep, if not a 1.5 feet deep, just obnoxious. And now it is filled with rocks and blacktopped. It's smooth. Buses went over it yesterday. I saw an RTA bus. And then on Canal Boulevard, the same deal, full of rocks now. Like you could drive over it without damaging your car. So progress is being made. I say congratulations to Helena Moreno. Less than 48 hours after I posted those videos on my X, on my Twitter, you can follow me there at Corey Johnson and check out all the videos. No, they fixed them. And I need to go check out the other 3 or 4 that I posted. Claiborne at 3rd, Carrollton at Irado, and Carrollton right past the interstate where you, instead of getting on the I-10, you would stay in that right lane. And right before the dip under the train tracks and the I-10, there's just this mangled part of the street that beats the crap out of your car. You can watch the video. I went over it at 5 miles an hour, and it's like up and down and ka-clunk, ka-clunk. No, they fixed them. Congratulations. Hey, speaking of congrats, NOPD, they nabbed the Dooky Chase Killer and an accomplice driving the getaway car. This is just sad and pathetic. 19 years old. This guy's going to jail for the rest of his life. This guy's going to Angola for the rest of his life. He'll never see the light of day again outside of Angola. And he's 19. Now, his life's done. He's an idiot. But what sucks for us, the taxpayer, every 20, 25 years, let's just say every 25 years, one of these jokers is in jail at Angola, $1 million. $1 million to cage the animal. 19-year-old Makai E. Kelly. He's the shooter. 22-year-old Anthony Johnson, the driver of the car. I don't know. Anthony Johnson might get out of jail in 30 or 40 years. Maybe. So these 2 jackasses are going to cost us a minimum of $3 million in taxpayer money. It's really crazy. It's like in New Orleans when we go to the federal government and we're like, we need the levees built. Pay a little now, or when the levee breaks, you're going to pay a lot more. Pay, hundreds of millions now or billions later. And the later is inevitable. if you don't build the levee. So it's cost effective. Educating kids, having legitimate public schools, having job opportunities, having NORD, an effective NORD. I had Arnie Filco on the other day. He had a great plan about 2 decades ago for NORD, and it was never embraced by Mitch Landrieu or Ray Nagin or Junkie Cantrell. In 2010, voters approved on the ballot to finance NORD and make it first class again. And it was never implemented to this day. How many kids do you think, that NORD would be a huge benefit for them are, this Makai Kelly or Anthony Johnson? No, a little bit of investment there. Or this Kelly kid, the 19-year-old, is going to cost us $2 million. Unless he dies at 40 or 50, then it might be only $1 million. And then this Anthony Johnson kid might get out in 30 or 40 years. That's going to be $1 million plus. So a minimum of $3 million. It's about $30,000 a year to house, feed a criminal at Angola or any jail in Louisiana, anywhere in the country. About $30,000 a year. So do the math. Every 25 years or so, it's $1 million. $1 million. Pay now and invest in these kids, or pay a whole lot later. Corey, that's a bunch of liberal crap. Let's just lock them up. I hear you, but get ready to pay through the nose. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Bradley Schneller from Stacked Coaching joins us next, talking a little fitness and nutrition for a few minutes. It's a new year. Want to get in shape? StackedCoaching.com. If I can do it, you can do it. StackedCoaching.com. Check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the Fence Man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers affordably and reliably. The Fence Man uses only the highest quality materials and products, whether wood, aluminum, or chain link. For fences and automatic gates, you got to see the Fence Man. TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, We love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Here's New Orleans native son, Corey Johnson.
Native son, great New Orleans. No, that's me.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM.
New Orleans native son. No, that's me. That's me, lady. Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you on a Thursday afternoon, a little after 4:30. It's a new year. Want to get in shape? You want to finally get in shape. If I can do it, you can do it. Stackedcoaching.com is the website. Stackedcoaching.com. Bradley Schneller from stackedcoaching.com from his gym on River Road joins us again talking fitness and nutrition. What up, Bradley?
What's happening, Corey? Just enjoying this beautiful weather before we hit this Arctic freeze again.
I know, man. How nice is today? 60 degrees, sunny, absolutely perfect.
It's a beautiful, beautiful day. So, look, you're always happy on here. You're always pumping me up, and I'm super appreciative about it. But what I want to let everybody know is the other day in the gym, I was messing with Corey, and I was saying, hey, let's do this exercise. It'll get even Corey a six-pack. And he pulled up his shirt, and he had visible abs. And I was like, oh, my goodness. And I just want to say, that was pumped me up. That was the highlight of my day, that Corey had that. And Corey never likes to really talk about how his progress is or maybe how good he is in the gym and those types of things. But I wanted to let everybody know that. And really, what I wanted to ask you, Corey, is, you're the type of guy who eats out on a regular basis. Like, you have all these restaurant sponsors, and what people may not realize is you go to them all the time. So your money's where your mouth is in terms of these restaurants you talk about on your show or the restaurants you rate on X. And so my question to you is someone who is eating out often, okay? How did you go from with self-proclaimed Pillsbury Doughboy to having visible abs?
All right, first off, I was just wiping my face with my shirt, and I think you saw my stomach, the abs that I guess appeared. Yeah, I wasn't showing off. Well, I mean, I put that restaurant list out, like 38, the best restaurants in the city. And I eat out a lot, Bradley. I'm single with no kids. I eat out lunch and dinner almost every single day. I just kind of watch what I eat a little bit when I do go out. I try not to eat a bunch of fried stuff, I had a little fettuccine Alfredo this week, and I was like, I want a super small portion. And they brought me a small portion, and it was still too big. And I spun my fork, in there about 2 or 3 times, and that's all I ate. I mean, to knock it out, it probably would have been like 8 times with the fork. I did 3 and, just said that's enough. Avoid fried stuff. Listen to you talking about nutrition. And I mentioned this too, like it happens organically for me. Like, I'm working out at your gym, it started out 3 days a week. Then I went to 4 and 5, and now it's 6 days a week just because I want to keep up. It's not easy. You earn it at your gym. Nothing's free, but you make it easier with a group where everybody's on the same page, and that helps a lot. And then once you start getting in shape, you don't want to wreck it and go eat a bunch of fried crap, fettuccine Alfredo, sticks of butter, potato chips, candy, garbage. I used to drink Coke every day.
Yeah.
I might drink a half a Coke on Sunday. I used to eat M&Ms 5 days a week. I might eat M&Ms twice a month. I still like that stuff, but I don't crave it anymore. And my mindset is, like I said, it's organic. It's just like, I don't want to wreck what I've been doing at your gym,
Yeah. So look, Corey, we're getting ready to come up on your 2-year anniversary, correct?
Yeah, in March. Yep.
In March, right? In the first 2 years of Corey's existence at Stack Coaching, the first year he ranked inside the top 10 of attendance, despite the fact that he came in 3 months in. The second year, you were top 2, right? You were number 2?
Yeah, 2 in your gym. Yep.
Number 2 in the gym in terms of attendance, group classes over the course of 2025, which is a testament. And I know we talk all the time about these small little things you do when eating out. You just named a few. Some of it is just swapping choices, right? Like I tell people all the time, you can't have everything always, right? And so if you're going to eat out often, you have to make different choices, right? Things like swapping ribeyes for fillets, things like swapping chicken thighs for chicken breasts, you know, and maybe it's not the liking to your taste buds, but like I said, you can't have everything always.
No.
Right? Like you have to make sacrifices, right? If you don't want to make a food choice sacrifice, well, your sacrifice is you're never going to look like the way you want to look, despite the fact that you could work out 2 hours a day every day. It's just not going to happen, right? And so what I'm hearing from you is you create a consistent effort in the gym, and then slowly over time, you started making different food choices while still maintaining your ability to eat out. Is that correct?
No, it's 100% correct.
And I think the other big thing is, you know, you're not a big drinker, I don't think, correct?
Correct.
Right. So one of the issues I hear all the time in the gym, and this is mostly for women, okay, I'm going to throw this out there, right, is people turn to wine in order to calm themselves down for the day, right? Like, or it's however their anxiety is in the afternoon, whatever. And I don't know if people realize this, but if you drink half a bottle to a bottle of wine, you're consuming anywhere from 600 to 1,000 calories extra on top of whatever you ate for the day. And it is just impossible to make progress when that is your daily habit, whether it's from a weight loss perspective or an inflammation perspective, water retention, all that, right? And so in the thought of swaps, okay, one thing we want to look at with this is, and I'm just going to throw this out there, if you're someone who needs a little something to sip on, but wants to try to reduce their calories, try a THC drink or a THC gummy. Either of those options, you know, there's places all over the city you can get it legally, and it helps reduce your calories. And if you time it right, you don't have to worry about eating extra after you do it.
Yeah, and I think also just like you mentioned, you know, a fillet instead of a New York strip or a ribeye, you got me on that. And a fillet is, you know, it's like when I eat like if I don't eat this much anymore, like a T-bone or a porterhouse, I always tell people like eat the fillet first, because the New York strip side tastes so much better. If you eat the New York strip side first, the fillet will be bland and flavorless to you. So if you're only eating a fillet, you don't know any better. So it's still steak. It's still good. It's lean. I mean, you were telling me it's leaner. It doesn't have the fat. It's full of protein that you need. So I eat a lot more fillet. But let's just say over a few months, I eat 10 steaks. I'll eat 9 fillets, and then I will get a New York strip or I will get a ribeye, you know? So it's just kind of balancing that stuff out. And Bradley, also, like, there's a couple of guys at your gym, and you know, Colin and Joe, all right, these 2 guys, and they're like you. They're lean. They have very little body fat. They have like an 8-pack. They're ripped. And I was, you know, it's like, that'd be cool to look like that. And I'm just like, hey, Joe, what do you eat? Joe's like, man, on Sunday, I make a big pot of turkey bolognese, and I eat it all week long. I'm like, every day? He goes, oh yeah, all week long. He's just like smiling at me. I'm like, no shot. And then I asked Colin what he eats. He's like, man, for lunch, I have like a chicken breast and brown rice. Then for dinner, salmon and brown rice. I'm like, every day? He's like, yep. I'm like, no shot. So, but I'm not going to look like those guys because of that. So it's you want to look like those guys, you got to do that. If you know you don't, and so and another point I think you made, like, nutrition is for weight loss, fitness is for wellness. You can't outwork a bad diet. I kind of live by that. I'm like, I know what I want to look like. Do I want to look better even than I look now? Sure. With a shirt off, whatever, you bet. But I only can sacrifice so much. And that I think that's just, it's a give and take. Where do you want to be? What do you want to look like? How fit do you want to be? Watching your nutrition and all that. I think it's just a balance. But I'll tell you what, going to your gym And following what you say, anybody can do it. The group helps immensely. And then, like I mentioned, organically, you kind of start watching your diet because you're like, man, I'm putting in this time, hour a day, getting, this serious workout in, and I'm at it 6 days a week. I don't want to wreck it by eating, like I said, butter, fettuccine, ice cream all the time, Coca-Cola, M&Ms, just wrecking it.
Right. And, the other thing I want to say to everybody listening is there's a lot of different pathways to success, and everyone is different. Okay. So your pathway doesn't have to be what someone else's pathway is or roadmap or whatever. Right. So if you're the type of person that can't handle doing a bunch of things at one time, choose one, start to make that a habit, and then add on the next thing. So like you said, you could start out with the group fitness. Fitness, I always say, is the easiest thing. You just show up and do it. Nutrition is much harder. And so after the fitness becomes like second nature to you, becomes muscle memory, just becomes part of your day and your life, then you can start to work in the nutrition, right? But you do need both. Both are essential to health, to wellness, to all these things. And I just want to get people going in that direction.
Yeah, no, and it works. I'm telling you, New Orleans, it's a new year.
And one more thing before we go, okay? Sorry about that.
No.
I want everyone to know there's different seasons to life, right? And we don't have to be 100% in hardcore all year long. There are ebbs and flows. There are parts of your year where you might look better than other parts of the year because you're dialed in, and that's okay, right? Like everyone's struggling right now. I think I ate king cake twice a day, every day for like the last 14 days. And I'm thinking about what king cake I'm going to get this weekend, so I'm just accepting I'm not going to be like GQ model skinny right now. And that's all right. So I'm just enjoying what I can. Make sure it is in moderation and doing all the other things.
I got a king cake suggestion for you. I've never tried it, but go online and look at their website. I am going to this bakery within the next 48 hours. It's in the Maroney Triangle by Washington Park, right off Elysian Fields. It's called Ayo Bakehouse, AYO.
Heard about that.
You go online and Google that, and you look at what they're doing. They have a little video. You're like, I got to get to that bakery. I want to go get the king cake and even some of the pastries and stuff. Ayo Bakehouse.
I'm gonna throw two out there, if that's okay. Tartines is one of my favorite. It's in the Black Pearl. Okay, I love tartines, a little French bistro. And then the other one is Breads on Oak king cake. The cream cheese there is fantastic.
All right, I know Breads on Oak, just about 2 blocks in from the parish line on Oak Street.
Right by you.
And Tartine, where's Tartine? Like off River Road and Broadway over in the Black Pearl, you said?
So it's like off of Broadway, right next to the Lambeth House.
Okay, yeah, wow, all right.
Across the street from the parking lot.
Wow. All right, got you. Right over by Lambeth House, the old Uptown Square.
Have a nice, cute little lunch or brunch there. Grab yourself a king cake. It's one of the best king cakes there is.
Those are great suggestions, Bradley. Bradley, always a pleasure, brother.
I'll see you tomorrow.
StackedCoaching.com is the website. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm telling you, and it's all different levels. Like, I'm never going to be Joe and Colin. Those guys are animals, and the way they eat and the way they work out. I mean, Joe's a triathlete. Colin's like half my age, and he's an animal. And both are just super sweet, nice guys too. And I look up to them. I try to follow their lead. Sometimes when I'm working out with them, it's funny. I in the beginning of the hour, I work out with them. And as the hour progresses, they pull away from me, and I back down because I can't physically keep up with them. That's the great thing about Stack Coaching. To each his own, everybody handle what you can handle. Just getting there is key. And I'm telling you, the diet and all that other stuff, don't think about it. It'll happen naturally, organically for you. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday.
I wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing. Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
At Lamarck Lincoln, ownership isn't complicated. It's effortless. With a one-on-one branch specialist every step of the way, we strive to ensure every guest experience is nothing less than elevated. You'll understand why it's more than ownership. It's membership. Visit Lamarck Lincoln at Williams and I-10 in Kenner. Give us a call at 504-238-4800. That's 504-238-4800. Or visit us online at lamarcklincoln.com.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole-Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters, and
You'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it.
let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
I'll tell you a place I go all the time for dinner, Trey Yen. And I love like the Tong Cho chicken. I love the Tong Cho speckled trout and flounder. And I'll get that about every 6, 8, 10 times I go. But again, like Bradley and I were just talking, I get the hot pepper chicken. It's chicken that's sauteed in the wok. There's no breading on it. And it is absolutely fantastic. It's delicious. Can't go wrong at Trey Yen. The shrimp with the broccoli, you know, no breading on the shrimp, but they're seasoned right and got a nice little burn on them. Fantastic. Trey Yen in Mandeville. Go check them out tonight for dinner, tomorrow for lunch. Those lunch specials Tuesday through Friday, 10, 11, 12 bucks. If you're an office manager on the North Shore, don't go get the Chick-fil-A tray or Subway. Go to Trey Yen. 10, 11, $12 for incredible lunch entrees. It's not Chinese food. It's Chinese cuisine. It's Trey Yen in Mandeville. 5 o'clock powwow, just moments away. But we do this every Thursday around this time, tossing a bone, pun intended, to this cat, pun intended again. Jeff Dorson joins us from the Humane Society of Louisiana. How you doing, Jeff?
Hey, brother, I'm glad it's warmed up because you and I both know what happens every time the temperature drops. You want to tell your audience what happens to a lot of pets?
Yep. They some are, get frostbite, some even die. You got the triple P, I say, protect the plants, the pipes, most importantly, the pets. I was talking about, I've got a couple of feral cats and they don't want to live inside. So my garage, I have a little crack. I got some space heaters in there. It's like a luxury hotel for them. And then I mentioned outdoor dogs. I'm like, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as an outdoor dog. Mm-hmm. Anybody that has an outdoor dog, you need to give your dog away. You need to find someone to adopt your dog because you're not supposed to have a dog if it's outdoors all the time, period, end of story. But yeah, got the cold weather. it affects animals just like it affects us.
It's so true. Here's the guideline. If you're cold, guess what? So is your freaking pet. So please bring it in. Just because you're warm and toasty and comfy, you think your dog is having a good time outside with his teeth chattering? We came upon a puppy and his teeth were chattering. It was like the most heart-wrenching thing. The owner was inside watching TV. So we knock on the door. Can we take your puppy? You don't seem very interested in it. It's shivering out here. Yeah, you can take it.
Wow.
And that was it.
That was good. At least you got the puppy. Could have been like, screw you, get out of here, and left the puppy outside. But then it's animal abuse, and you get to call 911 if you see something like that. Get the police over there.
Yep. And we're having a little bit of a dog fight with St. Helena Parish. You want to tell your audience where that's located? Not everybody knows our parishes.
Yeah, St. Helena is in North Louisiana by where's St. Helena? I should know this because I learned it at 7th grade at Trinity, the 64 parishes and where they're located. What is St. Helena, south of Monroe?
No, closer to us is actually by St. Helena is by Livingston and Tangible Hope.
Oh, okay, all right.
Little
north of BR. I got you. Okay.
Tiny little thing. And, they love to say how poor they are. Well, so what? So we're doing a test call. We call the sheriff. Sheriff, what do you do if an animal's left behind, still chained up, mistreated? We don't have any protocol. Call City Hall. We call City Hall in Greensburg. What's the protocol, ladies and gentlemen, when there's animals in distress being criminally mistreated? We don't have one. Well, why don't you have one? Don't you think it's time to partner up with somebody, show some interest, do something besides there's nothing we can do, which seems to be their favorite motto in St. Helena.
Yeah, it's 2026, people. It's 2026.
Yeah, exactly.
It's unbelievable.
So I'm not real happy with them. And so we're writing to the officials saying, okay, so you don't have anything to work with. Generate something. Can you make some phone calls? Can you get an MOU? Can you get some kind of resources? Write a grant. Bring some people in. They don't even have a veterinarian office in St. Helena.
Wow.
Try that one. Yeah.
That's insane. That's
and
crazy.
No humane society and no animal control. And the sheriff who doesn't feel it's their job to enforce the law regarding animals. So I'm not real happy with some of our parishes who seem to think that being in the 1950s is acceptable.
Hey, you guys, how many pets? I got some photos. I see the puppy. I see a couple of other dogs, 3 or 4 dogs. How many have you rescued so far with this cold blast the last 5 days or so?
Well, with the help of other rescuers, probably 2 or 3 dozen. Which puts the real crush on us because we don't always have room. And if we say no, we know they're going to suffer. So we have some vets offices that are, killing our budget. You have to pay a boarding fee.
Yep.
And to medically treat them. So we probably, I know of about 30 to 40 that were pulled from the outside. And, that's not our job. That's your job, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your pets inside. Why would you want a humane society to knock on your door and tell you that your dog is shivering in the cold?
And tell your, St. Helena parish officials, anywhere you live, make sure that you have a proper shelter and the means to go save animals that are in distress, that are suffering. That's it's acting humanely. I mean, a lot of people say how a society treats its animals is a direct reflection on how that society operates. And in Louisiana, we do a real crappy job. And the rest of the country knows this. We have to do better. We have to do better.
Well, I love being on your show because you always you make sense. Or you've done your homework, you have empathy, and you're asking other people to feel the same way. That is what will win the day. Just caring. Caring creates passion, creates willingness, creates motivation to do something besides saying my least favorite words, there's nothing we can do.
There's Blue Boy saying, hey, it's Mardi Gras time. Jeff, you got the horse adoption thing going as well for folks that want to get a horse.
Go to our Facebook page, Mardi Gras Horse Adoption Program.
Yep. Jeff, always a pleasure, brother.
Back at you, Corey.
HumaneLA.org is the website. Go donate right now so Jeff can take care of these 30, 40 dogs he picked up that were getting abused. HumaneLA.org.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson. On TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube. On radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Fence Man, a locally owned fencing company serving the Metro New Orleans area for over 20 years.
I'm the fence man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Yeah, I'm the fence man.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Yeah, you right. 5 o'clock power hour coming your way on a Thursday afternoon. Another gorgeous afternoon. We're heading towards dusk in New Orleans, but a little earlier today, I mean, we peaked out at like 60 degrees today in the metro and just blue skies and sunny and absolutely perfect. Tomorrow morning, we'll wake up in the 40s for a change, not in the 30s. Hooray. But then Saturday afternoon, the temperature is going to plummet as this cold front rolls in. By Saturday night, it's going to be like 26 degrees. Sunday morning, we wake up to 24 degrees on the South Shore. On the North Shore, the actual temperature will be in the teens. On the South Shore, we wake up to 24, which means wind chill could be in the teens. I mentioned on the North Shore, you wake up in the teens, actual temperature. Wind chill feels like could be single digits. You heard Jeff Dorson from the Humane Society of Louisiana. Please donate, humanela.org. He scooped up 30 or 40 dogs that were out in the cold, owners not caring. They need help. Boarding fees, getting them vaccinated, taking care of heartworms, all kind of stuff, neglected animals. Let's treat them humanely, humanela.org. But Jeff re-emphasized the old triple P, protect your plants, your pipes, and your pets. South Shore and especially North Shore. And there's no such thing as an outdoor dog. You folks that have a dog outdoors for 24 hours a day, there's something mentally wrong with you. It's not an alarm clock. It's not a material item like your TV set. It's a living creature that feels. Have some empathy. Try to have empathy. That empathy's not sympathy. Sympathy would be nice too. Empathy just means understanding the other side, how the other side thinks, having, understanding of that. Now, you folks that have an outdoor dog, absolutely insane. I don't care what time of year it is. It's crazy. And then so many of you have animals and you don't get them vaccinated. You don't go to the vet. You don't get them spayed or neutered. Oh, I'm thinking of procreating. No, you're not. You don't need to procreate your dog. I have dogs and cats. They're all spayed and neutered. And I love them, but I'll get another one. I don't need to procreate that specific animal. You're not a breeder. And then you kind of half-ass breeders out there, stop doing it. There are enough dogs, that need to be adopted all over the place. Stop the half-ass breeding because you're going to make money on selling the dog. It's pathetic. You're not a breeder. Stop. No, but the outdoor, a feral cat's different. But there's no outdoor dogs, none. And another thing, like, I'm not saying all cats can survive, but a cat is like a predator. Even a kitty cat. They will catch a bird. They will catch a mouse or a rat. They will find a way to live. A lot of the time, I'm sure there's cats that have starved to death. A dog will die without man. A dog will die without man's help. And you having a, quote, outdoor dog is selfish, ridiculous. You're not thinking. It's pathetic. This isn't an opinion. It's just a fact. It's a fact. There are no outdoor dogs. No, I mentioned the story last hour with my neighbor. Dog died, always in the backyard, 24 hours a day, just sick. And died of heartworms. It's like, wow. So you're doing the wrong thing and you're leaving your dog outside 24/7 and you're not getting heartworm medicine once a month. My dogs are inside all the time and they go outside. I walk them. I let them out in the backyard. They have heartworm medicine every month. Once a month, heartworm medicine. Not every other month. Not at once a quarter. Not twice a year. 12 times a year. Every month. And you got to bring your dog and cats to the vet twice a year. And you have to get them vaccinated. And if you have a cat, especially I've got feral cats, outdoor cats, you got to get the little Revolution 2, the stuff you put behind their neck and it keeps fleas, ticks, and heartworms away from them. Come on, people. It's called responsible pet ownership. It's called being an adult. It's called being an adult. Jeez and Pete's. Unbelievable. People are ridiculous. I mean, grow up already. Seriously. Take responsibility. 766-9480. It's mind-blowing. I got to laugh. I mean, just live around a bunch of morons. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. The NOPD nabs the Dooky Chase Killer and his accomplice driving the getaway car. 19-year-old Makai Kelly is the shooter. 22-year-old Anthony Johnson, the driver of the getaway car. Now, congratulations to the NOPD. And now the ridiculous part. Makai Kelly is going to jail for the rest of his life. He's 19. What a little jerk. What a punk. What a moron. Worthless individual. Worthless kid. Worthless. Now he's going to Angola for the rest of his life. About every 25 plus years, a little less than 30 years, it's $1 million out of taxpayers' pockets to house this idiot. $1 million every 25 to 30 years. Makai Kelly is never getting out of jail for the rest of his life. He murdered I might have it wrong. I got Makai Kelly and Kareem Kelly was killed. Maybe I got the Kareem kid's last name wrong. I got to check that, Mario. I doubt they have the same last name. Maybe they do. Go check it out real quick. Go to any website. Hell, I'll do it. That's pathetic. I hope I don't have that wrong. I don't want to disrespect the kid that was killed. But Makai Kelly killed this Kareem kid and shot 3 women going into Dooky Chase and just unloading the gun in there. Just shooting like an idiot. No, and he's 19. Barely an adult. And obviously doesn't act like one. But no, it's going to cost us like $2 million minimum to house this jackass. And then Anthony Johnson in the getaway car maybe gets paroled in, 30, 40 years. That's another $1.5 million. Kareem Harris. Yeah, I guess I wrote Kelly just thinking the killer. Sorry about that, Harris family. My apologies. I wasn't trying to be insensitive. I just blew through the headline a little too quick. At least I caught it. Kareem Harris killed by Makai Kelly. No, just ridiculous. These 2 jackasses, $3.5 million minimum we're going to pay. Something wrong with that. Yeah, it is a what you just said, Mario.
18 years old. I mean, he's going to jail, but
19.
just like being that young and just taking a life, like just,
and throwing his life away.
Yeah. In such a split second too, like following him into the restaurant, like just crazy, man.
Well, this kid lived like an idiot probably his whole life. Probably didn't have proper parenting, obviously, Sad. No, that's where like NORD is important, Son of a Saint, these nonprofits, but like NORD is a public entity and we don't fund it properly, It's like the public schools when they were segregated, white folks in New Orleans had no problem funding them. When they became integrated, white people started sending their kids to, private school, and then we started defunding the public schools. And the result is 19-year-old Makai Kelly and no NORD, Got to have that stuff. It's pay now a little or pay a lot later. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I just said 25 to 30 years in jail in Angola, $1 million to house these jackasses. So pay a little now for like NORD and, and these nonprofits, take care of them. And we can reduce this kind of ridiculousness. Good job, NOPD. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Those 2 major sinkholes, I posted this stuff on Twitter. One on Carrollton Avenue, right past Jesuit. Another one on Canal Boulevard, right past Navarre before the train tracks. They were ridiculous, like 5 feet wide, 5 feet long, and like a foot deep. The one on Carrollton didn't even have any cones by it. I mean, besides like a car getting its oil pan ripped off, I mean, like a heavy-duty truck would like have to get a alignment, a front-end alignment if you hit these holes. Someone on a motorcycle could die if they hit one of these. At nighttime, we don't have a lot of great street lights. It's not lit up well. You could die. I mean, I posted them because not only do they beat up your vehicle, but they're dangerous. Can't have that. And then I posted later, and folks made fun of me. I'm a native New Orleanian. It was just my thought. I was like, I bet within a week, these are fixed. Within a week. And folks like, you're crazy, Corey. It's New Orleans. We don't do that. I'm like, all right. First off, they're dangerous. Second, I'm posting them on video on social media for all to see. And third, there's a new administration. Helena Moreno, a new council. And I thought, and within a week, they'll be fixed. Within 48 hours, both were repaired. The one past Jesuit on Carrollton, fully repaired, blacktop. The one on Canal Boulevard, not dangerous anymore, filled with rocks. Hopefully they blacktop that soon. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that they're getting to that. Congratulations to Helena Moreno and the council getting on these basics that have to be addressed, and they're getting on them immediately. I post it, 48 hours later, they're fixed. I'm not sitting there and go, Helena Moreno and the council, they're all checking out my Twitter, my ex. No, but people that work for them or someone they know is checking it out. And obviously, the city got in their gear, the first gear, got it going and fixed them. Got their you-know-what together. Now, I'll check on a few others I posted and see if those have been improved as well. The sinkholes were the major things. Those were dangerous. The others I posted just beat the crap out of your car and, hey, sue the city. Yeah, I get paid in 2047. So anyway, congratulations to Helena Moreno, her administration, and the new council getting on this stuff within 48 hours. Impressive.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Simlawn Artificial Turf Custom Golf Putting Green. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City. Real New Orleans conversation.
No place like New Orleans.
Corey Johnson.
The legend, John Baptiste. Wouldn't it be nice? John Baptiste Club on Bourbon Street, a reimagined Bourbon Street. That would be incredible. In the olden days, you had Pete Fountain and Al Hurt. Hey, today I went across the causeway. I left my house It took me 30 minutes door to door. I live like at the end of Oak Street. I went to Gallagher's 527. I met a friend of mine, Greg. We sat at the bar and enjoyed the $24 lunch special. Just fantastic. Started out with a salad. He got ranch, I think is the dressing he got. I got the balsamic vinaigrette. There are 6 different salad dressing choices for that very generous house salad. 6 different homemade dressings, chef-driven dressings. It's just a fantastic house salad. And then we both got the shish kebab with the green beans sizzling in butter with the onions and bell peppers. Outstanding. Filet tips cubed up. So good. No, like Pat Gallagher gets the filet loin and he cuts a bunch of center cut fillets for you to enjoy if you're ordering the filet. And then the tail end, he cuts it up into cubes, and the butt end cuts it up into cubes and makes shish kebab. Brilliant. Brilliant. Really good lunch special. And then the ooey gooey dessert, which we both like, all right, I'm stop eating it now. Took like 3 bites each and then moved on. So good. We split the crab meat St. Francis appetizer. Pat Gallagher knows what he's doing. I'm not kidding you when I say this. Probably the best crab meat appetizer anywhere. It's that good. It is delicious. It's outstanding. It's off the charts. You won't be disappointed. That was lunch. Dinner's even better. Lamb chops and steak sizzling in butter. The mixed grill, lamb chops and quail. Quail from the North Shore. Gallagher's 527. Tuesday through Friday for lunch. You can knock out the $24 lunch special yourself tomorrow. $24. Dinner Tuesday through Saturday night. Get a reservation on Friday or Saturday because they get pretty full. It's outstanding. And it's less than 25 minutes from Lakeside Shopping Center to the front door at Gallagher's 527. Get on the causeway, put the cruise control in like 67. You're across the bridge in like 23 minutes, less than that. And then once you cross the bridge, it's 1 minute to Gallagher's. It's right there behind that Shell station by the Aquista Pace Grocery in Mandeville. So good. Gallagher's 527. You will love it. I guarantee you'll love it. You'll love it. It's not a bad thing on the menu. And that's a strong statement. Not a bad item on the menu. South Shore, folks, make the short trip. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Like I've said often, 2 things. You'll love it, and you'll be going back like me all the time. I saw Pat Gallagher today. I was like, dude, I was jonesing for it. I had to come. He just like laughed, gave me a pat on the back. I'm like, how do I not come here? It's so good. It's like Clancy's in Uptown, just so good. Brightson's, not a bad thing on the menu. 766-9480. Gorgeous day. A lot of folks freaking out that legendary NFL coach Bill Belichick was not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Hard to argue with those folks. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx, his bread and butter is sports. He's done sports talk for years in New Orleans, in Baton Rouge. He actually filled in for Ken Trahan down the dial yesterday afternoon before he rolled in here to produce today's program. He'll do it again. Mario Brothers, a lot of folks catching flack for the Bill Belichick thing. Huh? It's like folks are outraged.
Yeah, everybody's upset, man. These are one of those things where it's kind of a consensus opinion. Like even some people you maybe wouldn't expect, like Ryan Clark, LeBron James. Like a lot of people are saying that
freaking out.
Yeah, that there's no way this should have been able to happen.
And you know it stinks. It's like, does it diminish Drew Brees getting in as a first ballot? Not like anyone's going to think that they're going to be. He's part of the class where Belichick didn't get in. Like it would have been a better class with Belichick in it. You know, it's always going to be like the Brees class and whoever comes in first ballot, they're going to, or even not first ballot, whoever's in this class, it'll be, oh, that was the class that Belichick got screwed over.
Yeah, it doesn't diminish Drew individually, but it definitely diminishes the class as a whole.
Exactly, which sucks because instead of just the praise of the class, and instead of, hey, Brees is in the Belichick class, Belichick's in the Drew Brees class, it's, oh, that's a class where Belichick didn't get in, right? It's like, yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Breeze.
Exactly. It definitely doesn't make the whole like class as legitimate. And there's not much of a precedence for this. There's only 3 coaches ever to make
Whoa. There's only 3 first ballot Hall of Fame coaches all time.
of all time. Yes.
Jeez and Pete, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, and you can judge whether Belichick's on these guys' level or maybe even above it. But the only 3 ever, Don Shula.
All right, Don Shula is the winningest coach in NFL history. He's first ballot Hall of Fame, and that makes sense.
Yes, head coach of the only undefeated team in history.
Yeah.
It definitely has to
And
go
most
in.
wins.
Yes. Then Chuck Noll.
Chuck Noll, Pittsburgh Steelers. They won 4 Super Bowls in 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
74, 75, 78, 79.
Yeah.
And that's just insane.
Yeah, Franco Harris and Bradshaw and all those guys.
And, I mean, you had the Oakland Raiders with, Kenny Stabler they had to go up against.
Yeah.
There were some other good AFC teams that they had to have to battle. I'm trying to think who else. Steelers, Raiders. Who was another? There was another AFC powerhouse in the 70s. And then, to win the Super Bowl, you're going up against the Cowboys and, these powerhouse teams. The Dolphins in the 70s.
Exactly.
Wow, Pittsburgh. Yeah, Noel deserved it. Who's the third coach?
100%. The third one is Tom Landry.
Come on, Landry. I mean, multiple Super Bowls, legend in Dallas. Those are all legitimate. Belichick's in the same category, if arguably not better.
Yeah, even 50 years later, the hat is still iconic. The Tom Landry
Just
hat.
classy.
Yeah.
Class. Wearing the suit.
No, those guys are icons.
Does anyone wear a suit?
In the NFL?
Any coach wear a suit coaching?
Not anymore.
I don't
no.
think anyone does. He wore the hat and the suit.
Yes, they're all the guy that just got fired from the Dolphins wore like capris and people were making fun of him. But
I wonder if Landry wore the hat in a dome.
Probably. I would think.
Because Bum Phillips did, because his mama said you don't wear a hat indoors.
Yeah, no, probably like Sean Payton or whatever with the visor. Like you probably still rocked it.
You're going to have to Google that one, Mario. If Tom Landry, such a gentleman, wore a hat when he played like the Astrodome or Superdome. That's an interesting question. Hey, well, I got a question for you. There is a bunch of voters for this NFL Hall of Fame. Sports writers and the like. Any of these sports writers come forward and say, I did not vote for Bill Belichick?
So there's only one. There's one that publicly said he did not vote for Bill Belichick.
Who's this cat?
It's a columnist for the KC Star. His name is Vahe, V-A-H-E, might be pronouncing it wrong, Vahe Gregorian.
All right. Now, I would think, when I think about Bill Belichick, I think a little bit about Spygate or Bountygate or
Deflategate.
The Deflategate.
Yeah.
Was that his reasoning on it?
No, it actually had nothing to do with Bill Belichick.
It had nothing to do with Bill Belichick or those two things.
No.
And it had nothing to do with a lot of people thinking, and I feel this, Belichick's kind of a jerk,
Yeah.
kind of personality-less, not affable,
Towards media, a lot of them.
But even like as a person, I think, singularly focused on football. I don't have much of a life outside of that, which is fine.
Yeah.
But, so it wasn't that either?
No, he's basically just, number one, he's trying to show respect to some of the OGs that he actually voted for instead of voting for Belichick. And number two, he said the system was kind of broken. So instead of voting for Belichick,
What does he mean by the system's broken?
I'll explain in a second.
Okay.
He voted for Roger Craig, L.C. Greenwood.
L.C. Greenwood was a defensive lineman for those Pittsburgh Steelers teams. Chuck Noll.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Hall of Famers on that team. L.C. Greenwood deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
You said Roger Craig, the running back for Joe Montana and the Niners. He deserves it.
Yes.
Who else?
Ken Anderson.
Ken Anderson, the Cincinnati Bengals quarterback for like 15 years. I think they went to a Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Under Ken Anderson.
So according to this columnist, these guys have been getting snubbed for years, and they only have, number one.
I wonder if any of the trio are in their final year of eligibility. Like you missed the end, you're done. You don't ever get in.
Exactly. And, old age, like that's definitely a factor too. But he said all 3 have long been deserving. In the last 2 years under the new system, only 3 of the 6 senior nominees have made it. None of the 3 who were stopped short resurfing on the next year's ballot. So he's saying they're scared they're not going to show up next year.
Exactly. There's a time limit. Like Kenny Stabler, I mentioned the Oakland Raiders. They got him in. He had passed away.
Yes.
Didn't even get to enjoy it. I mean, it's like you kind of sold him out in a way.
Yes,
And
exactly.
Stabler was Hall of Fame material, for crying out loud.
Exactly. The one quote that kind of hammers home his point, though, is he says, I felt more compelled by what I perceived to be last chances and looming lost causes within the system as we have it. A system I hope the Hall will see fit to change.
What was the problem with the system?
That basically, like,
the old timers,
pretty much, yeah. Like
like getting 86 when enough time passes, and
pretty much, and not being able to,
limit.
yeah, and I guess not being able to vote for enough of them. I don't know.
I wonder why there's a time limit. Just like, okay, we've done this for 25, 30 years. Enough's enough.
Yeah. And I don't know if there's necessarily a time limit, but he's saying that next year they might not be on it. So maybe they'll have different people. I don't know.
I think there's either, I thought it was a time limit.
It might be either way. That's his rationale does not have. He's not critiquing Belichick. He's not saying he's a cheater. He's not saying he wasn't.
Those are interesting points. I mean, I still think Belichick should have got in. Probably should have voted for him, but he's putting his vote in another direction. And nothing against Belichick.
Pretty much
by assuming Belichick's inevitable, and maybe he thought he'll get in this year. There aren't enough people thinking like me. They're going to vote for the old timers anyway.
Exactly. And I respect that. I don't know if the system should be changed. I don't really have an opinion about that, but at least he's not like being petty or, going after Belichick saying he objectively just based off a coach shouldn't be in.
I think he's fine. I don't think people are going to abuse him at all. And he came forward and admitted it.
Yes.
But I think these other guys are like, I don't like Belichick. He's a jerk. He'll get in at a later date. He didn't deserve to be first ballot because he's such a jerk. The Deflate Gate, the Spy Gate type stuff.
Yeah. And the post Brady thing has to be considered. I mean, 6 Super Bowls, but they were all with the same quarterback. He left, got another championship. And since Brady left, what has Belichick done?
No, it's true. And he even struggled at North Carolina. No, and Brady goes to Tampa and wins one. Like, it ain't Belichick. It's me. I'm Tom Brady. I'm the greatest player. Tom Brady's the greatest player in NFL history.
He's been a below average coach. Like, at least Tomlin still had the winning season thing. At least Sean Payton went and took the Broncos to the AFC Championship game.
Without Brady, I guarantee you, Google this. I guarantee you Belichick is about, if I had to guess, like a few dozen games under 500, Mario, without Brady.
Yeah.
His record, I guarantee you, is under 500 without Brady.
83 and 104.
Without Brady.
Jeez, he was a coach for the Browns for a long time.
It's 25 games under 500 without Brady.
Yeah.
But also, on the flip side of that, I mean, we're talking about Shula. Like Marino, Johnny Unitas. We're talking about Chuck Knox. He had Terry Bradshaw,
for sure.
Who was just a stud from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Don Shula. Who else you had? You said, John Landry.
Yeah, Chuck
Starbuck.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So they all had great players. I mean, great coaches say it's not me, it's the players. So you can't really. I hear what you're saying with the Brady thing, and I know you don't think that. You're just saying that could be the excuse. All these coaches had great players.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson's actually been one of the more vocal people supporting Belichick, saying that it's BS that he's not in. And he said the same thing. Like, we all had great quarterbacks. It's not fair to say that.
Yep. There's another great Hall of Fame coach. Jimmy Johnson's fantastic.
Yeah, the beef with him and Jones was wild. I feel like they could have been a lot better if Jerry Jones just chilled a little bit, but story for another day, I guess.
Yeah, no, Jerry Jones is incapable of chilling, and he's paying the price. Corey Johnson with you.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
The Fence Man, a locally owned fencing company serving the metro New Orleans area for over 20 years.
I'm the fence man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Yeah, I'm the fence man.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. It's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
At Lamarck Lincoln, ownership isn't complicated. It's effortless. With a one-on-one brand specialist every step of the way, we strive to ensure every guest experience is nothing less than elevated. You'll understand why it's more than ownership. It's membership. Visit Lamarck Lincoln at Williams and I-10 in Kenner. Give us a call at 504-238-4800. That's 504-238-4800. Or visit us online at lamarcklincoln.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets. If it's a weekday afternoon in New Orleans, it's got to be
It's a party every week, baby.
Corey Johnson.
That's right. Corey is in the house, and you need to check it out. Weekday afternoons, 4 to 6 o'clock. If you go to CoreyTalks.com, Corey is spelled Kaare. Yep. Scandinavian. Thanks, Dad. Kaare. CoreyTalks.com. You can check out all the radio stations, TV, social media, where you can check us out. Speaking of social media, we're on X every day live, 4 to 6 o'clock on X, on Twitter. We're live on YouTube. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson, 4 to 6 weekdays. And after 6, when we call it a day, you can check out the podcast via Spotify. And also short clips, not only on YouTube and Twitter, but on Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok. CoreyTalks.com for all the ways to check out the program. Hey, when you need a fence or automatic gate for your home or business or any property, you got to see the fence man. East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, River parishes, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, over 20 years of fence and gate building experience, affordable, reliable, personalized designs using only the finest materials, wood, aluminum, chain link. thefenceman-neworleans.com for all your backyard, residential, or commercial fencing needs. You got to see the fence man, thefenceman-neworleans.com. Mario, thanks to Miss Mao at Jesuit 8th grade speech class. You know the and the gimmick, huh? Like the is only when a vowel is the next word, you say the. Like, you know, school, like these schools will say like, the Louisiana State University. That's grammatically incorrect. The Ohio State University is grammatically correct because Ohio State starts with a vowel. But if it starts with a consonant, it's the. And I was like, thank you, Miss Mao, Jesuit.
I didn't know that till you told me that like a couple months ago.
We naturally do it. You know, most people just naturally do it. I don't think about, oh, God, it's a vowel, it's a consonant. You just naturally know, like the apple, the man. You just, not the man. But a lot of people use the to emphasize it, like the Louisiana State University, you know, that kind of thing. But it's actually grammatically correct. I'm trying to think what the A and an is. The A and an. I guess it's the consonant and vowel thing. An apple, not a apple, and a man. So I think it's the same thing, consonant and vowel. Anyway, the, a, and, oh boy. Spanish so much easier, huh? No. Just no.
In that,
not does and don't, none of past tense. I'll just no.
In that sense, yeah, English is doing a lot as a language for sure.
English is hard to learn, I would think, if you didn't know it, huh?
I mean, like any other language, you got to just get out there and apply it and practice.
Yeah, but still, when Spanish is no, not don't, doesn't, you know, does not, all this contractions and, you know, Spanish is no.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's a little more straightforward. But like I said, in that sense, in other ways, it's more wordy in like other places. But yeah, you're right.
In Spanish, you're putting like the subject and the object different from English, things like that. But in your brain, it just naturally works, right?
Yeah,
you're not thinking of any of that.
Some people have asked me, do I think in English? Or I always think in English, I guess. But yeah, it naturally.
You never think in Spanish ever?
Honestly, no. I mean, even when I'm calling games.
And you're totally fluent in Spanish, right?
Totally fluent, yes.
You know Spanish as well as English?
Probably not, just because I studied like journalism and stuff. But like when it comes to talking wise, yeah, I think so.
Writing it and talking, you know Spanish?
Again, writing, I'm probably like 80% as strong as I am in English. But
And speaking's like 99?
yeah, like 99, yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, call games in 2 languages. So
yep. Do you ever slip up and say English while you're doing a Spanish broadcast?
It's happened before. I mean, yeah, it's happened before.
And then you just stop and correct yourself?
I just stop and correct myself. It's happened in English broadcast too. Like I'm calling Central games, and
all of a sudden you start going into Spanish.
Yeah, I'll be like, "That's a laser." I'll say like that was a laser by the quarterback, but I'll say laser. I'm like, "Oh, my bad. That's
right." And not like me, mañana or anything. Like
no,
that. It's
no.
Like right. I'm just doping around.
No, but it happens. It's a lot. It's a lot of vocabulary, man.
Yeah, no, that's what's great about knowing a second language. It increases your vocabulary dramatically. There's no negative side to that. That's hysterical. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X. Yeah, he does Spanish play-by-play. You've done high school games, college game, pro games, right?
Yep, that's true.
Saints, Pels?
Saints, Pels. I'm the only broadcaster to ever call a Louisiana State Championship, a college football playoff, and an NFL playoff game in the Superdome.
Wow,
nice. That is a fact. Yes.
That's great, man. That's a good gimmick for sure.
Yep. It's a fact.
Yeah, good stuff, Mario.
It's my passion in life. Like I like talking sports here with you, but really I enjoy like calling the games.
Yeah, no, I bet. No, it's like I can't do play-by-play.
Yeah.
I could never do play-by-play. I would be terrible at it. I mean, I guess I could learn to do it, but I mean, for you, it was like a natural thing and you just did it and then you got better at it. For me, it'd be like, I often say this, like people that are writers, it's a God-given talent. Like they're born to write and then they can improve and get better, but they're born right. I'm not a writer. I just write how I speak. I did editorials for almost a decade on Channel 26. A friend of mine who is a great writer is like, I can read your thing and I know it's you because it's you speaking. It's true. I'm not a writer. You know, a wise man once told me you can learn to write and then you can write brochures. Like he just meant like, you know, you're not going to. Bradley Sneller, who I get on, he does this thing at Stacked Coaching every Monday. It's called the Monday Stacked. And he writes all the stuff about nutrition and fitness. And Bradley can write. He has a talent for writing.
Yeah.
I can't write. No, I think, Mario, you have a talent for play-by-play. And I did color for a couple of Saints games, and I was terrible. I think I'd do much better today.
Yeah.
But I over-prepared. You know, I was just saying a bunch of stuff that no one cared about. You know, yeah, that kid's from Maryland. He's a third-year player. And he's like, no one cares about all that. You know, I over-prepared.
It's a tough job. What really bugs me is people thinking they get out there and just do it, color or play-by-play. But you have to.
Yeah, you can suck at it.
Yeah, people do. But
yeah, people do. And they're on air doing play-by-play in color, and they're not good.
Yeah, 100%. But it's a lot of preparation. You got to know your stuff, but you got to be able to improvise. You got to let the game breathe. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. I've been fortunate enough to do it since I was 18. So at this point, I have a fair amount of experience.
No, there's a play-by-play guy, not in New Orleans, but close. And I have to do math when he's doing football. Literally.
Yeah.
It's painful to listen to him. It's like, dude, it's a 22-yard gain. You know, you said 1st and 10 on the 20, and now you're saying 1st and 10 on the 42. I have to do the math and go, that was a 22-yard gain. You didn't even mention what it was.
Yeah.
Or just like, oh, he's around the right side. He tackled. How long was that?
Yeah.
8 yards, 3 yards. I mean, just like it's painful.
You got to be able to paint the picture, man. That's the big thing with radio.
Now, I'm bringing my mom to like a wedding or something like at Homeless House, and we're listening to a game, and she's going, where's the ball? This guy's terrible. And my mom was like 80-something at that time. I'm like, man, if my mom, you know.
That's funny.
No, it's just terrible. Anyway. Literally, like, he's terrible. I almost wrecked the car laughing. I'm like, yes, he is. I'm having to do math in my head to know where the damn ball is.
Yeah, got to let the audience know what's going on. That's
and then Mario, you know, a bigger blunder is like, not a bigger blunder, but equal. When someone's doing radio play-by-play and they're actually doing television play-by-play.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to paint a picture, dude. I'm not watching on TV.
100%.
You know?
And if I call games on TV or stream, I do the opposite. Like, I'll be way too wordy. I'm like, okay, wait, I don't have to say it's right hash mark and like all this.
You don't have to say going left to right or any of that crap, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of that's weird anyway.
100%.
Going left to right on your TV screen. It's like listening on radio. I don't left to right. I don't care what it is.
I like to have good energy. You know, obviously, like Spanish language broadcasters have a little bit more. like they're in 8th gear, where others would be in like 4th or 5th gear. But different guys have different styles. You know, I don't hate on them.
No, I don't either. I just I'm not hating on anybody. I'm just like, there's good and bad play-by-play voices,
Yeah.
and some of them you have to work to listen to the broadcast to figure it out.
Yes.
You know, it's a touchdown. They're like late on it. You know, just things like that.
Yeah, I'm doing soccer this weekend, which I don't have very much experience in, so that should be fun.
Nice. What games you doing?
It's Dominican and Mount Carmel.
Nice, girls.
Yes,
Soccer.
it's on Saturday, and then Monday.
Now, will you get like the roster? You're like Smith to Johnson, Franklin to.
I'm in the process of gathering all that. I think I have to kind of do it myself. Maybe that day the coach will hook me up, but yeah, that's part of it when you do high school sports.
Did you play soccer?
I did before high school, actually. Yes.
Now, are you know, like American kids? I mean, unless they don't play sports at all, we can throw and catch a football. You know, may not be able to kick it, may not be ambidextrous, may not have a strong arm, might not be accurate, but we can generally pitch and catch with a football. Latino kids, it's like with a soccer ball, they can juggle it. They have a chip, they have a shot. Is that you? You can juggle the ball and do all that.
Once
kind of
upon
stuff?
a time, yeah. Honestly, when I got to high school, I more started playing football. But yeah, like growing up with my cousins and stuff, definitely. My grandpa played for a club in Guatemala, so it's in my blood a little bit. But yeah, what you said, a lot of kids will, you know, make end zones out of like 2 cones and play football.
I know you played Brother Martin football. Where did you go to high school for the education thing? What?
Yeah.
What?
Brother Martin. They gave me a good one.
Last night I went to Katie's for steak night, which is great. And Scott Craig was there, and they have a Brother Martin jersey. I was like, look, the Sports Academy. Scott, where'd you go to school for the education? He's like, so jealous. So jealous. You know, he's all bent. By the way, Scott Craig will be in this seat tomorrow in the 5 o'clock power hour, joining us right here. That's going to be a good time. Scott Craig, a couple of yats chopping it up. Plus, we'll talk Super Bowl, give you selections, Pels, all kind of good stuff, and New Orleans stuff with Scott Craig. No, last night, every Wednesday night, steak night at Katie's. They have a filet, I think it's like 10 or 11 ounces, comes with these incredible potatoes. I knocked out the whole pile of potatoes there. Fantastic. Caesar salad to start, the bread pudding dessert. What am I missing? It's Caesar salad, the filet. Oh, the filet. So you got a Caesar salad. You get the 10, 11 ounce filet, nice big filet. The great potatoes, the Katie's potatoes, which are fantastic, and green beans on the side. And then the, what was the dessert? The bread pudding dessert with whipped cream. And you get a glass of wine or a cocktail, $39 for all of that. $39. It's like a 10 or 11 ounce filet. That's every Wednesday night, steak night at Katie's. It's not on the menu. It's on the, you know, the chalkboard, on the big board, the special. They also have a ribeye with shrimp, surf and turf with the same sides, $39. Steak night every Wednesday night at Katie's. It was slam last night too, packed. I went with like 4 friends. We got some onion rings to start. Those are fantastic. Big homemade fresh onion rings. Puts a little, I'll ask Scott tomorrow, I think a little Tabasco or something there. They were spicy and nice. Gotta love Katie's in Mid-City, one of New Orleans' best. Speaking of New Orleans' best, Rouse's Markets. It's Mardi Gras season. Rouse's Markets. There are over 75 of them right on the parade route. All your supplies you need for your Mardi Gras, you can get at Rouse's. Plus, you can get those Rouse's King Cakes. They got about 25 different flavors. Ship them to friends and family around the country. Do it right now. Rouses.com to ship King Cakes. Rouses.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, no cool spots. TM-AC.com, no cool spots.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
The official afternoon talk show of the city of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
You can say anything you please about me, but don't say anything bad about Blue Boy.
Down, Blue Boy. Good buddy. It's all true. Don't say anything bad about Blue Boy. He is a good buddy. If you go to my Twitter, right at the top of the page, you see Blue Boy and Tolly just laying on the bed. Good times. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X at the controls. You know, I post these great restaurants. Mario, pull this up. Google it. AYO Bakehouse. And I just want your take on, watch the video, and then I'll get your take on it. A buddy had turned me on to this. Actually, Dave Millett from Dave Millett Insurance. We're at Fausto's AYO Bakehouse. We're at Fausto's yesterday. I got the panade chicken breast and the fettuccine. Some dude on Twitter's like, dude, how aren't you 300 pounds? I'm like, what was I just telling you? I'm like, man, shortstop po' boy roast beef. I'll get Don Melisi's on Saturday. Gallagher's today for lunch. Last night, Katie's steak. Yesterday for lunch, Fausto's, the panade chicken breast, a little fettuccine Alfredo. Does this place look good or what? I mean, look at these pastries, man.
Very fancy cakes.
Yeah, like high end, exactly.
Yeah, I would tear it up.
It's incredible. Check. Do they have a video you can watch?
I don't think so. This is the site. Looks like, but a lot of pictures.
Yep. No, and look at it, just classy. I mean, the king cake looks insane. Yeah. You know.
Let's see.
Anyway, it's AYO, AYO, like AO, AYO, AYO Bakehouse. Bakehouse. Anyway, really, really, really good. I got to go check it out. I say really good. I have no idea. I've never been. Just looking at the video. But Dave was like, you need to go. And I mean, they're twisting the dough, making the king cake with the cinnamon dough and just all these great pastries. It's in the Marigny Triangle by Washington Square Park right there, right off Elysian Fields. So I'm going to go check that out within the next 48 hours. Look at those goodies. And look at that, Mario. Look at the cinnamon roll. It just looks outstanding. They have like one of those, like, look at those things. I mean, it's covered in powdered sugar. How could you go wrong with any of that stuff? Anyway, no, I don't know how I'm 300 pounds. Oh, you want to know how I am not 300 pounds? Because I dine at these places and I watch what I eat. Like I got the fettuccine Alfredo. I go, give me like half a portion. And then I stuck my, I do the old spoon, spinning the fork, 3 bites. And I was done. I ate 3 bites of fettuccine Alfredo. Could I have knocked out the rest of the portion? Hell yeah. But it would have been like another 8 or 10 bites. And I'm like, I'm not eating that much fettuccine Alfredo. Today, I went to Gallagher's 527 for lunch with a buddy of mine, Greg. The 3-course lunch is $24. It's outrageous. House salad. We got the shish kebab with the green beans. And then you get this ooey gooey dessert, which is like a hot cake with a scoop of vanilla ice cream and chocolate syrup. I ate about 3 bites of that, about 1/3 of it. And I was like, Greg, I got to stop. He goes, yeah, me too. 1 more bite. And he took 1 more bite and we both pushed our desserts to the side. It could have knocked all that out. Now, the one thing I don't like about that is like, I don't want to waste food and I'm not taking it home because I don't want to eat it later. When I tell these people, like, give me like a half portion of fettuccine Alfredo, they still bring me the regular portion. I'm like, I got to emphasize it more. Like Greg and I probably should have split the ooey gooey. Just bring us 1, not 2, but I didn't want to tell him what to do. But next time I'll be like, Greg, you remember we got 2 and we only ate half each? Why don't we just get 1 and split? He'll probably be like, yeah, he's a reasonable person and he's in good shape. No, the reason I'm not 300 pounds is because that kind of stuff. And the reason I'm not like a triathlete and just like, dude, Corey's got an 8-pack. He's just ripped, is because I'm not going to eat turkey bolognese 5 days a week. I'm not going to eat salmon for lunch with brown rice and a skinless chicken breast for dinner with brown rice 5 days a week. For you to have an 8-pack, to be a triathlete, to just be, ridiculously ripped and cut, you got to do those things. And I do enough. I go to that gym 6 days a week. I eat 3 bites of fettuccine Alfredo. I eat 3 bites of the ooey gooey. I don't knock out the whole portion. That's enough for me. I'm eating fillets now instead of strips and ribeyes most of the time. That's enough. Anyway, stackcoaching.com if you want to get in shape. Bradley Schneller's gym. Anybody can do it if I can do it. Stackedcoaching.com. The key is you're not just going to the gym and working out by yourself. I would be worthless. I'd work out for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm winded. I don't feel like doing this. I'd move on. When it's a group, it's an hour-long class, and you're with a bunch of other people, like 15, 18 other people. They're doing it. You can do it. And it also helps, like, I'm one of the older people in the gym, but there's a guy older than me, a real badass, Eric. He's 66. And I remember telling Eric, I go, Eric, I hope when I'm 66, I'm like you. And then I said, hell with that. I wish I were you today. I mean, he's just strong as an ox and just keeps rolling. We talk about it because I'm in my late 50s. He showed me like a Dick Van Dyke video. Dick Van Dyke's like 100 and he works out still and moves around. It's like, you want to live to that? Got to keep working out all the time. I hope to be at Stacked Gym for the rest of my life. Seriously. I hope I'm working out 6 days a week for the rest of my life. If I can do it, trust me, I was the Pillsbury Doughboy. Like, people would poke me and I'd go, hee, just like the Pillsbury Doughboy, gushy and soft. I remember going into an elevator. There's like a pane glass window. I was like, nice breasts, Corey. You need to get a bro, not a bra, a bro. Like I had like A-cup breasts. It was ridiculous. And like a lot of people for over like 20 years, I'd go play tennis for a little while, stop playing after a month. Go run and jog, stop after a month. Ride my bike for a little while, stop. Just on and off for 20 years, and I remain the Pillsbury Doughboy. And then Stacked Coaching, Bradley Schneller, changed my life. And I'm not a person that says crap like that. Changed my life, man. It's a life changer. Changed my life for the better, physically and mentally better. StackedCoaching.com. If I can do it, you can do it. Hey, great progress, City of New Orleans. Shout out to Helena Moreno. Shout out to the new council, the new administration, New Orleans city government. I posted these videos of some dangerous sinkholes where like someone could get hurt. Besides just mangling your car, truck, SUV, like a motorcycle person could get hurt. I posted these videos, and then like within a few hours, I said, you know what? I think they're going to be fixed within a week. And boy, folks on Twitter are like, you're crazy, Corey. It's the city of New Orleans. And my reasoning was, they're dangerous. I'm posting them on social media. So either council people or the mayor or people that they know will see them and let them know. And they're dangerous. And then it's a new administration. So I kind of Rolled the dice. I said, I will bet that these are fixed within a week. They were fixed within 48 hours, less than 48 hours. The big one past Jesuit in between Banks and Tulane, the far right lane on Carrollton. No cones even in it, just friggin' dangerous. Tarred over, fixed, 100%, perfect. And the one on Canal Boulevard past Navarre towards the train bridge, they filled it in with rocks. You know, it's safe to drive over now. It was dangerous before. What's that, Blue Boy? You and I could have laid down in these sinkholes, and a few more people could have like a party in there, and it still wouldn't be flat on the top. You're right, buddy. They were like a foot or more deep. Congratulations, City of New Orleans, on that. Congratulations, NOPD. They nabbed the Dooky Chase Killer. Good job, NOPD. See you tomorrow, Fantasy Friday, straight up 4 o'clock. Be right here.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.